through home
I'm just
insurance.
wondering what other countries do to aid in pet
I don't know
owners'
actually. Do you know,
insurance
Salem?
bills.
I know, like in certain country, like pet care is free, like vaccination and stuff.
Okay. Do you know what countries
I
it's
can't
like?
even tell you. I can't remember off the top of my
We're
head.
all moving to Thailand.
No, definitely not there.
No,
But you do have on your topic pet insurance through homeowner insurance. That is the
Yes.
topic I want to talk about.
Would you? Would you?
So your favorite breed is not covered. My favorite breed is not covered.
They're not.
Through a
That's
lot
right.
of homeowner
Huskies
insurance.
are not, piggies are not, Rottweilers are not,
German
German
Shepherd
Shepherds are not.
not.
That's right.
So with homeowner and pets, I feel like you got to do your research because even adopting out my Penny, Gio had a really great home. It wasn't covered through the homeowner insurance.
It's not. A lot of them are not.
He was a pit Labrador mix, and he's a service dog. I actually certified him.
Yeah. So you just say lab mix.
You know, they're like no, and I was like, okay. So with that being said, I always say, do your due diligence. I hate to say drop your homeowner insurance, but I would drop my homeowner insurance to cover my dog. I'm sorry, I would.
Yeah.
That's just me, but it's to each his your own preference. But a lot of
Well, I think, I mean, this is something that we would have to bring in front of like our local legislator, whatever.
yeah,
But to be able to pay a certain
Farmer
amount
and
of money
Allstate
to go on
covers
top of
it.
your home insurance, yeah. So if
Yeah.
you're like, I'm bringing this type of dog into my home and I will pay X amount of money on top of my homeowner's
But they
insurance.
won't even let you. Some insurance won't even let you pay
That's
that
what
X
I'm
amount of money.
saying. It's unfortunate because that also leads to a lot of dogs being surrendered and turned into our
So
shelters.
just not being able to find a home.
That's
because
right.
you
They can't.
limit them.
That's exactly right. Apartment buildings, homeowners insurance. I think a lot of people, if you own your own home, you don't really care, as long as you like manage your dog in a way that you're making sure that that dog is safe in your home environment and nothing can happen outside of the
So
home environment.
this is speaking from maybe out of context, but out of personal experience, not for me. One of our neighbors say this with a passion, crazy lady that had her, I don't know, kind of like shaggy looking dog. I don't know what he was.
Shih Tzu,
What's that little
Terrier,
something?
Pomeranian,
No, something.
Pomsky.
No, not pom. Some little shaggy dog mix. It was white. It
I
used
need
to
more
go
to go
around.
on. You and I would not
Yeah.
go well on Jeopardy together. Okay.
No, I can't
Carry
remember
on.
little dogs, but it would go around. It would terrorize. Like she would walk in. It would like chase the bird, chase the cat, chase everything.
Well, that's
It
the
just
thing. If you
terrorized.
don't have home insurance and you have
Yeah.
a dog that's going to be
But
terror,
she went to one of one of the neighbors down the street house. He had a Rottweiler, a German Rottweiler, and that's my sucker breed Rottweiler, but German Rottweiler specifically. And the dog chased out their cat. So the Rottweiler was not a fan of the dog. So the Rottweiler was trying to chase her dog away from the house. But she stepped in and supposedly the Rottweiler kind of nipped her. But she stepped in kind
That's
of
right.
thing, right?
That's right.
She was suing them through their homeowner.
That's right.
Because that's what people do. They sue you when your dog bites them through your homeowner insurance.
People will try to sue. They'll
That's
try to
where
go through your
the pet
homeowners
insurance is through your
insurance.
homeowners, yeah.
They'll try to go through your landlord. They'll try to go through whatever, which makes it very difficult. Even when I just got my insurance for my rescue, I mean, I think I mean, Yuki knows I've insured my board. My officers and board have a $2 million policy, and then I have another $2 million policy for my rescue, and I've got two different insurance companies because they're two completely different things. The $2 million for my rescue is for liability if something happens with one of my dogs, and my board is very different. But it becomes very confusing, very difficult, very overwhelming to try to like discern what even type of insurance you need. So just to kind of circle back and like what you were talking about, just be thoughtful. And and if you are renting a place like a home or an apartment, you have to talk to your landlord. Like you can't just bring a dog in that your landlord is vehemently opposed to. Like if they say you can absolutely not have that type of dog in your dwelling, then you have to rethink the type of dog that you want to bring in, which I think is an unfortunate thing because I think that's why so many of our dogs again there's so many reasons why dogs wind up in shelters, but that is probably one of the top 5. I moved to this place. They don't take pits, they don't take huskies, they don't take Rottweilers, they don't take German Shepherds, right? But you have to like talk about, okay, can I bring this dog in? And then being responsible, homeowners insurance. If my dog gets out and bites somebody else, is my insurance going to cover that? Do I have insurance for my dog in case my dog is bit by somebody, another dog, or my dog bites another dog? I mean, there's so many different factors. Yuki, what do you think?
I think every insurance company has to be checked out to see the red flags that they don't cover.
Do you have homeowners insurance for your dogs? Can I just ask?
I don't know.
Like insurance for the dogs in the home. You don't know? Okay.
I do.
You do, yeah.
Specifically because of the breed we had.
Yeah.
I had Shepherds and I had Pitty Mix. So
Yeah.
I originally had Allstate, which covers them. Now we have, I forget what insurance I have now because I had to change it. Rider insurance is, some insurance cover it, which is hip dysplasia for bigger breed dogs. Some insurance are included. Some insurance you need an extra insurance, which is considered rider insurance on top of it. I think they need to do better at explaining it and also like coming forward with it because I had Trupanion originally and my main concern was that and they said it was covered, but when my dog needed it, it wasn't covered.
Right.
So that's why we switched over to Healthy Paws because Healthy Paws covered it all in one and the max annually.
When I buy insurance for my dogs, I remember I paid the full bill, like initially, and then I got 80% back, which I thought was a pretty good deal. But what I thought was there was so much required previous history on my dogs that I couldn't necessarily provide because they were either off the streets or coming out of rescues that couldn't
So with my
necessarily.
insurance, it was just like a health checkup.
And you had said that previously, like
Like
if
a
they
health
just
checkup?
did an initial
like
vet
health check.
exam,
Yeah,
right?
to make sure that there was no underlying issue, no like pre-existing when you enroll the dog, and this could be like a month to like 15 days after you enroll the dog, right? So my insurance, it was like I said, every insurance is different.
It's different.
Yeah,
right.
so my
And
insurance,
you
I like
planned
that.
on that, yeah.
Like Banfield, I use that. And it's not quote a regular type of insurance. It's more like a coverage where they'll cover certain things like shots, checkups, common stuff. But if there is a bigger problem with cancer or something, you will have to pay more. The
That's
typical
coming out.
things that come up for dog.
Yeah.
And that's due like I said, not insurance policy, but it's more of a healthcare policy
Yeah.
where you'll get free checkups and stuff through the year.
Yeah, so Banfield, my friend has those. I never really felt like I needed that. I felt like I guess it's within your budget, right? Like they were all gung ho that if they covered vaccination, then it was an annually fee, right? To me, it's like
But it doesn't go beyond, like you were saying.
yeah, it was
doesn't
just
go-
literally vaccination.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think for me, like honestly, I think if I were to say anything about like pet insurance or anything, I think it's education. And unfortunately, like if you adopt a dog from a shelter, you may not be imparted the knowledge of, hey, you can get pet insurance for your dog, right? I think we have a due diligence in terms of being rescues and fosters and things like that to educate people and let them know that it's possible to get pet insurance.
I notified all my fosters.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and communication and knowledge
To me,
without judgment is the most crucial thing
So
in the
I've
world.
seen a lot
today.
of like those insurance that are given through their jobs.
Yeah.
And they're usually maxed out at 5,000 or 10,000 annually.
Yeah.
So I've and it's the same, and it's sadly to say for cats, no matter what insurance it is, it's probably about 25 under $30 a month annually. Like no matter who I've seen it, and I foster more cats lately than I have dogs because I just feel like not what I feel, but what was needed because I take in emergency and I take in bottle feedings and it's always cat season,
Right.
cats.
Right.
So with that being said, insurance through their job has always been about the same deductible and the same monthly payment as like any other insurance that I've had. And there was always a max at like 5 or 10,000, which I always explained to her. If you got an X-ray, you got a blood work, you got an ultrasound, you're at already close to your
and
$1,000, right? Yeah.
For sure.
So I would say no to that insurance, and then I would give them my insurance or other insurance. Not necessarily, it doesn't necessarily have to be my insurance, right? Because my insurance doesn't have an annually max. There is whatever they cover. They don't cover certain, like I said, we talked about stem cell doesn't cover certain things. Elective surgery they don't cover, but you can always discuss with them first and find out whatever about it. And to me, is having that knowledge of knowing what your your work covers, your work doesn't cover it, and just setting aside knowing that being a responsible anything, adult, like responsible pet parents, responsible kid parents, whatever, right?
That's right.
You need to think first, like, oh, if I'm bringing a life into this world, regardless if that life is a cat, a dog, a reptile, a kid, you need to factor in that they're going to be part of your monthly and they're going to be part of your
Absolutely.
annually expense. Like if you factor in vacation for your kids, factor in like a dental cleaning for your damn kid, your damn pet. It's like it's the same shit.
It's the same.
Like it's literally the same shit. Like I don't
Let her rip, Ceylon.
you know, like
That part.
like I said, we touching bases. My sisters all have Frenchies. One of my sisters, like Frenchies are known for bad teeth. Her dog had bad breath for years on end. I was like, it needs to get a dental.
But it probably can't because of the
No,
work.
it
Okay.
can't.
Okay.
She paid $7,000 for this moral Frenchie. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't believe in paying for animals. That's just me because there's so many that
Yeah.
you can get a Frenchie from the damn
A
shelter.
rescue.
Yeah, you can get a moral Frenchie
Yes,
after
go
it's
get a
overly
Frenchie
bred.
from a
Yes.
rescue.
So I don't believe in it. She had asked me because I do dental on my Chihuahua. Chihuahuas are known for bad teeth and bad eyesight. So I have a full breed deer Chihuahua. I have a mixed Chihuahua, Pomeranian, whatever. So with that being said, you have to factor in that you got this expensive dog. You need to know that these expensive breed comes with expensive costs, especially if you're getting a certain color bred into it. Like they're not normal Frenchie. There is something wrong with them. They're bred with freaking Chihuahuas to get this moral color. I don't know if you did the research, but I've done it.
Yeah.
So it's not a full Frenchie, so it's gonna have more health risks, health anything. You gotta factor in that they're your kids. They are part of your life. Factor in their health, factor in their well-being, and factor in their lifestyle.
Yeah. I agree. So Yuki, if you want to like just put any fine points on having pet insurance and I'll wrap us up.
so just for facts, I'll just go through a list of what the average cost of certain breeds are.
Yeah.
And a Labrador Retriever is $62.
That's monthly, right?
Yes.
Yeah, monthly.
French Bulldog is $92.
Like you said, if not more.
Those are
Chihuahua is the cheapest at $29.
Everybody go get a bunch of chihuahuas.
my damn Chihuahua.
American Pit Bull is $58.
Mhm,
A
that's
Shih
it.
Tzu is $35. Golden Retriever is $61. German Shepherd is
Okay.
$57. A Golden Doodle is
Doodle.
$44.
Okay.
Yorkshire Terrier is $35. And a Pit Bull is $59. So
Okay.
it kind of seems like it follows a certain size of the animal. Will depend on what the cost will be.
Did you say Shepherd, German Shepherd? How much that was?
Yes. German Shepherd is $57.
And I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, okay, if you go get like a coffee from your favorite coffee shop twice a week or 3 times a week, like that is the cost of pet insurance. So just to wrap it up, if you're going to get a dog, do your research on the type of dog you want, what their pre-existing
Condition.
medical conditions might be, which Ceylon you've gone into, and just quickly, like in 30 seconds, did he get the second round?
He did. No, he didn't get the
He
second
didn't
round.
get the second round. Okay.
It
And how
was
much longer did he live?
I think when we talked about it, it was like close to the year mark.
Yeah, he lived in a year and a half, and then
He lived a year and 4 months.
okay.
Well, I did ask his neurologist when I call it quits. He said is when he cannot control his bowel movement.
And so, how long after that was it?
A year and 4 months, he started
Okay.
not being able to control his bladder. And then I asked him what happens, and he goes, degenerative myopathy is not painful.
Right. So you did what you could with
Yeah.
your insurance. You gave him the best life. Your insurance covered it.
Mm-hmm.
And then your vet, and having a great relationship with your vet is really important as well, because your vet will, hopefully you have a vet that's honest with you and will say, hey, your dog's quality of life is not worth this next round of whatever it is, whether you have insurance or not. But again, just
It's your voice of reason.
yeah, it's your voice of reason. And also knowing your pet and knowing when it's hard to say goodbye to them, but knowing them when they're trying to say goodbye to you and letting that transition happen beautifully. But getting insurance, if you're going to adopt a dog, I think it's very important. Like we've discussed, there are many, many, many brands out there of insurance. We've got Lemonade, we've got Companion, we've got Spot, which actually I think is our number one right now in terms of what people have said about them. But factoring that into your monthly cost, along with all of your other, the things that you pay every month, but it's a family member that has to be provided for because medical things come up for our pets, our four-legged dogs. And if you can't pay out of pocket for that, to have insurance that would hopefully cover that is the most beneficial way of taking care of your dog, because they are deserving of that type of medical care as well. And I think it's just like just another layer of how we provide and love our dogs.
Yeah.
Ceylon, Yuki, any other parting words before we leave?
Love your dogs, love yourself,
Yes.
and the world will be a great place.
Yeah. And we love you guys, and we thank you for being a part of Digger Doggos. We really do, and for listening to us and for subscribing. And if you have questions or anything that we can help you with, we're here for you. And, we don't do it perfectly, but we do it out of compassion and love. And the three of us here on this couch have had a lot of experience with different dogs and going through different challenges. And so the information that we give to you is from, the knowledge that we've, imparted on one another, the stuff that we've gone through on our own, our research that we've done, our own experiences with our own pets. But we want you to be able to love and care for your pets the way that we do at Triple D, right?
Yes.
Digger Doggos. Everybody go get some pet insurance, right?
Yes.
Thank you for being here, Ceylon.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you
me.
so much.
Yes.